I think we can all agree pulses are very useful things. They're one of the first things doctors check after you've had a heart attack from your third fucking Big Mac. And they're very useful in Minecraft. Say, this door, it turns on and off with a switch, but it doesn't, when you turn it, when you open it up, you can walk through it, you can have another switch, but who wants to flick another switch? I mean, who wants to go to all that effort? It's really more effort than anyone really needs to go to. So I'll show you how to open and close doors with pulse extenders and pressure plates. There's a very simple guide, and I'll show you that right away. Before we start this video, it has come to my attention that I don't have 500 subscribers yet, and I would very much like 500 subscribers. So if you do end up enjoying this video, hit the subscribe button because it helps out so much. And if you want, view my channel. I mean, there's plenty of Redstone content on there that you might actually find helpful, and I hope you enjoy this video. Door I'm using as an example, and the switch is here, so the torch that should go on here for the pulse extender should be, let's grab the torch real quick, place it with that one, should be there. So you want it closed as a default and open when you go over the pressure plates. That on this very lovely bridge I've laid out here should go right on top of there. You just need to go 2 blocks down, have blocks along here, and then redstone on there, and that's all you really need to do for the pressure plate. Because let's get rid of this. See, it's on. Look at that. It starts with an observer. When you come along here, an observer will observe. Actually, you don't really need one, but I like to use observers because they're sort of 1-tick pulses in and of themselves. Have that set to 1 tick. To make the observer, go, you can really use anything. You can have a sticky piston there that, gets set off with the redstone. And then what you want is to come out in a 6-block platform, depending on the pulse length you want. And I'll show you different pulse lengths after this. This is just the most basic one. Come along like that, redstone like that, and redstone there. And then place a block up and go up with redstone, just going into that block so it actually turns the torch off. And what this should do, when you go over the pressure plate, it opens up like that, and then when you're through, it goes down. So let's try running through the door. Open it up, come on, open. There we go. Open and then closed. If you want longer pulses, I'll show you that right now. I have a little bit of a long pulse. What you need to do is pretty much, I'll put the block there for now, but get rid of all this circuit. Get rid of that, up to those. And then, of course, you put that there, but then you come out another block and have that, and that's the block the redstone repeater is going to be on. And the more comparators you have on a pulse extender, the longer the initial pulse needs to be. So that's why we're setting the repeater to 4 ticks. It was set to 1 tick last time, 2 ticks, sorry. And then you have an observer there with a sticky piston. That's not going to make it go because I haven't put that redstone in yet. And then we grab our blocks like this, up with redstone, and then grab pressure plates and put it next to those ones, and we can delete those now. Now let's see if this works. Let's look. It all opens up, and that stays on for a little longer, and then it closes up afterwards. And I want to show you something, and pretty much you have that pattern. You just put the more of these if you want a longer pulse, but I mean, they're for really long pulses, and there are other hopper clocks and stuff that you'll need for that. We're going to look at 2 more things. First of all, if you have an observer going into a repeater set to no ticks, not the correct amount of ticks, which is 2 ticks, I think, and then let's just set it here, it pretty much creates a temporary clock. And look at that. Look at the door do the math. You might be able to get through if you really gave it a go, but it looks pretty cool, to be honest. And the second thing you want to know is, if you don't want to observe that, you don't really need a repeater. You can just have it going straight into something like that, which is, I think is a lot simpler. And then no matter how long your thing is, it won't create a temporary clock. See, look at this. Opens up perfectly if you don't have an observer. It closed up a bit quick, but you know, you get the idea.